So we'll start the presentation on the theory of the errors. This chapter is belonging to unit number 4. That is the part of the triangulation adjustment. So we had the number of the presentations, but out of that presentation, we are considering this one, which is very good. Now your presentation, it is available with online mode with the slide share screen, and I will start with this. So the measurement of the distances and the angle are made. So while going for the linear measurements, you need to, that is this chapter is belonging to a geodetic surveying. Please remember, it is the part of the conventional surveying. And while measuring the distances in between the objects or the stations, so the whatever the errors are to be introduced, then how to clarify those errors, how to eliminate those errors. So the important part is going to be discussed in this chapter. So these survey measurements may be involve the elementary operation such like that is the setting of the instrument, centering of the instrument, leveling, bisecting, and the reading now here. But while going for this error, that is the theory of the errors, means different types of the errors are going to be created in the observation and how you have to be overcome. And analytically also you have to do the certain computations and the calculations. So in performing this operation, it is possible to determine the true values of these quantities, distance, angles, and because of that the some errors are to be introduced in this observation. So the project, your project is based on this geodetic quadrilateral adjustment without the central station. That is mostly depends upon this chapter. And while adjustments is going to be carried out in the observations, so the different parts you have to be adjusted. For example, the station adjustment is one part, angle adjustment is another part, and third part is the opposite angle adjustment. So that way we'll discuss here, and the part of the project is going to be completed under this chapter only. Now let us see the what type of the errors are to be occupied in this geodetic survey. That is, the error can be broadly classified into three categories. Note down this three types of the errors. So the first one is the gross error called as the mistake, and the second one is the systematic error or the cumulative error, and third one is the accidental error. So let us say about the gross error or the mistakes in the observations because of the observers and observers error. So we call as the mistake, and the systematic or the cumulative error is nothing but if you carried out this work among the groups, then definitely the errors can be again goes up and it should be the raised up because of the number of the persons. And accidental, so you know the climatic change, or if you didn't get the observation correctly, or sometimes the observer is under the pressure of this hypertension, he could not observe the readings correctly. That way the errors are going to be observed. So the three types of the error: first one gross error called the mistake, second is the systematic error called the cumulative error, and third error is nothing but that is accidental error, or we call as the random error. Now reasons behind these mistakes of the first error, so the that is inattention is the first part, inexperience of the observer, carelessness, that is a casual approach to look out the observations, poor judgment or the confusion in the mind which observations you need to take down. Then solution is there, how to rectify those error mistake. Because of that we are doing for the cross checking. That means the check line is also again you have to set out for every project, and with the help of the check line, check base, you need to correct those observations. Then systematic or the cumulative error, we called. What about this systematic or the error? So in this systematic or the cumulative error, that is the second category. So under the same condition, always be the same size and the sign, always follow some mathematical and the physical law, just like you are applying the laws of the weight here, how to balance those errors. Then corrections can be determined, also applied. Then effects is like that you have to observe either the error is positive or either the error is negative. That such type of the errors you have to be observed under this systematic type of the errors, and most of the competitions are to be carried under this category, that is systematic type of the error. Then it may be the positive or the negative. If the error is positive, then you know that is how it is corrected, it would be subtracted. Then results are too great as well as too small, and undetected systematic errors are very serious in nature now here, and in sometimes cannot be again overcome. So the solutions for this systematic error is nothing but instrument design minus the error should auto eliminations. That means, for example, you have to utilize the auto instrument. Auto level is the very best instrument instead of using this 1 second theodolite. So the 1 second theodolite is the advanced instrument with the 20 seconds transit theodolite. Then later on we have to utilize the ETS, that is electronic total stations. Then found out the relationship of those errors. So the accidental third type of the error is nothing but we call as the random error. So which remains after the mistakes and the systemic errors. So how it is to be eliminated? So beyond the ability of the observer to control it, also representing the limitations of the precision values, obey the laws of the chance, must handle as per the law of the probability. Also lack of perfections in human eyes because of the errors, and observations in centimeter tape, 10 millimeter, 9 millimeter, 11 millimeter, that is linear measurements carried with the measuring tape. Always you have to practice with the metallic tape now here. So may compensate each other, then compensate those errors. Small error, better precision. Now according to these definitions, so please note down, it's very important part we are discussing. The following definitions and the technical terms you have to utilize for clearly understanding of the triangulation adjustments during the measurements. That means the observations means what, how it is to be defined, observed value of a quantity, that is the observed quantity, true value of the quantity, how it is to be defined, how it is to be identified, then how to find out the true error, most probable value is the best value where which is also approaches to the realistic values, then most probable values, in short we call as the MPV error, most probable value, you in short you have to call as the most probable value. Then find out the residual errors, observation equation, conditioned equations, and the normal equations. So these three, all these terms must be understood properly. If you are understanding all these terms very clearly, then immediately you can be applied on the field and immediately you can solve the problems. So the observations, let us see the first observations. Observations, the measured numerical value of a quantity is known as the observation. Please note down, observation is nothing but measured numerical value of any quantity. So the numerical of any quantity is known as the observation. Examples is already given. Either you measure the length, so the length should be measured. It has the numerical value. Quantity is nothing but that is the measurement of the length. Then examples for the observation, you have to be measured as good as this 15.36 meter is the length, and while measuring the angle, it may be the horizontal angle or the vertical angle. Those angle can be read it in terms of this degree, minute, and the seconds. So the example is 45 degree, 20 minute, and the 15 seconds, etc., etc. So the 15.30 seconds is the observation. 45 degree, 20 minute, 15 seconds is also the observation. So the numerical value of a quantity. Now this observation is classified under the two categories, direct observation and the indirect observations. If the value of the quantity is measured directly you measure the angle. Suppose there are the two stations A and the B, and I have to keep the instrument over the station O and need to measure the angle A and the B. Suppose directly I am setting the angle over the station A as 0 degree, 0 minute, and 0 seconds, and immediately we have to move this bisecting this station B by using the with the help of this clamping screw. By releasing the lower clamping screw, we'll get the readings over the station B, and directly we are taken it. Now in the second type, indirect observations, so value of the quantity is calculated indirectly from the direct observation. That's the difference. In direct observations, if the value of a quantity is measured directly, Here the value of the quantity is calculated indirectly, but from the direct observation. So the angle computed at two station from the satellite station, these are under the category of the indirect observations. Second definition, what do you mean by the observed value? We have seen the observation, direct observation and indirect observation. The next part we'll see the observed value of a quantity, how it is to be defined. So the observed value of a quantity is the value, observed value of the quantity is the value obtained from the observation, is the value obtained from the observation after applying the corrections for the systematic errors. So actually in field survey, so we are considering the systematic errors. Its effect is also creating more. So that's why always we are considering the systematic error as compared to the other two errors. And you have to eliminating those mistakes now here. So the observed value, what you remember, observed value of a quantity is the value obtained from the observation after applying the corrections for the systematic errors and eliminating the mistakes. So see the examples. Observed value, there are the two categories of the observed value. First one is the independent quantity and second one is the dependent or called as the conditioned quantity. So the observed value of a quantity may be classified under the two categories. First one is the independent quantity, second one is the dependent or the conditioned quantity. Then what about the independent quantity? Independent quantity is nothing but whose value is independent of the value of the other quantities. Means this value is not dependent. So just like you have seen in fluid mechanics, so whenever you are obtaining the equations, suppose the any function velocity depends upon the so many parameters. So the velocity is also the independent quantity and other dependent quantity we call as the dependent parameter. So same way, that is the example is given in surveying. Reduced level of the benchmark, it is now fixed, it is independent quantity. Suppose while going for the field survey, I have to fix up the RL of the benchmark as 100 meter. Then with reference to that point, you have to compute all the observations. You have taken the observations with the help of this benchmark. So the RL of the benchmark is fixed. So this is now the independent quantity. And by referring this, we are calculating other quantities. Those quantities are the dependent quantities. So whose values, what about this dependent or the conditional quantity, is nothing but whose value is dependent upon the value of one or more quantity, that is RL of the other points other than this benchmark. Then true value of a quantity is nothing but the value which is absolutely free from all the errors. That is the hypothetical quantity, it doesn't have the errors. True value is the realistic value. It is absolutely from all types of the errors. Then, well, how to find out this true error? True error is nothing but the difference in between the true value minus the observed value. Let us note down true error, true error, and all the calculations, all the quantities you have to be applied in this chapter during solving the examples based on these triangulation adjustments. So the true error, what do you mean by the true error? True error is nothing but true value minus the observed value. The next most probable value is very important part in while doing the project on the geodetic quadrilateral adjustment. You need to find out the most probable values of all the angles. So it is the angle or it is the value. It is the one which have the more chance of being true than has any other. Then most probable error is nothing but which is added to and subtracted from the most probable values, and which are these values are fixes the limit of the true value. So the most probable error is nothing but which is added to and subtracted from the most probable value. That means the observed value must be deducted or added from this most probable value. And what about the residual error? Please note out residual error is nothing but it's the difference in between the observed value minus the most probable value. So residual error is nothing but is the difference in between observed value and the most probable value. Then observation equation. What do you mean by the observation equation? That is now the relation between the observed quantity and its numerical values. For example, observed equation a plus b is equal to 78 degree 15 minutes 20 seconds. This is now the one of the example. So it gives the relationship, that is the summation of these two angles a and the b. It gives a certain numerical value. So that is the 78, the summation of this angle a and angle b is equal to 78 degree 15 minutes and the 20 seconds. So the 75 degree 78 degree 15 minutes and 20 seconds is the numerical value. It gives a certain relation, and this equation is called as the observation equation. But what about the conditional equations? So it conditional equation means it has certain limitation, it has a certain value. So which is expressing the relation between the several dependent quantities. Here it gives the relationship between observed quantities. Conditional equation gives the relationship in between the dependent quantities. For example, in triangle, summation of all the angles is equal to the 180 degree. So it means to that, suppose the triangle have the A vertices, B vertices and C vertices, and angle, corresponding angle as angle A, B and the C. Summation of all these three angles in the triangle is equal to the 180 degree. So the 180 degree is the conditioned quantity, is the condition. The next, normal equation. Normal, what about the normal equation? So the multiplying each equation with the unknown quantities. Please remember and note down this point. Normal equation is nothing but multiplying each equation with the unknown quantity. So the number of normal equation is equal to the number of unknown. Using normal equation, most probable value must be evaluated, must be find out. So by using the normal equation, you have to find out the most probable values. Now the laws of the accidental errors. So what about these laws of the accidental errors? Accidental error follows the laws of the probability. Occurrences of the errors can be expressed by the equations. So the equation can be utilized in terms of the error and the precision. For example, this is the angle plus or minus 2.10 minutes. So seconds. So what it indicates, that means the error must be positive or the negative. Either you add this angle or either you eliminate those errors now here. So the equation used to find out the probable errors and the precisions. So let us see about these laws of the weights in the further part. So the laws of this accidental error can be expressed by using this probability error. So the mu is the value, it's very, then extremely, this is extremely on left hand side, and on the right hand side minus sign as well as the positive sign. On the right hand side you have to add up those errors, that is the sigma, and extremely we have to reaching to the last value, extremely we are reaching to the last value where the how this error is going to be propagated. So this is now the laws of the accidental error, which represents as a probability curve now here. Then most important features of this accidental error is like that positive and the negative errors are equal in size and the frequency as the curve is symmetrical. That means they are equally probable. Small errors are most frequent than the large errors. That is now they are the most probable. And very large error seldom occurs, and which is now impossible. So probable error is calculated from the probability curve of the error. So in any large series of the observations, the probable error is and the error of such value that the number of the errors numerically greater than it is the same as the number of errors numerically less than it. So the probable error is indicated along the value of either plus or minus side. So while solving the problems, you have to be applied this error and find out this error now here. Then you can understand it very clearly. So measure of the precision of any series of observations, mean of assigning weights of two or the more quantities. Then from the probability curve, following six aspects are derived. So the first one is the probable error of the single measurements. Then second one, probable error of an average. Then probable error of the sum of the observations. Then mean square error, and fifth one is the average error and the probable error of the single observations. So that way you have to classify those probable error now. Then probable error, note down the first one, probable error of the single measurements. Please take down the equation immediately. So the ES is equal to plus or minus those errors and into the square root of summation of V square by the n minus 1. So the n indicates the number of the observations. V is the part of the difference between the single observation and the mean of the series, that is the variance part, and the ES is nothing but probable error of the single measurement. It denotes the symbol ES. Second part, probable error of an average, it denotes EM value. How it is calculated? EM is nothing but root of n by the n into the ES values. ES is the part of the error in the single measurement, and finally you do these calculations and this error can be worked out by using this equation. EM is equal to ES by the root of the n now here. Then next, third, probable error of the sum of the observations, which is now equal to the square root of E1 square plus E2 square plus E3 square. So E1, E2, E3 like that, these are the probable error of the single measurements. V is the difference between the single observations and the mean of the series, that is the part of variance. And the fourth one, mean square error. Mean square error is nothing but it is equal to the square root of the arithmetic mean of the squares of the individual error. So it may be calculated plus or the minus, so square root of v1 square plus v2 square plus up to this vn square divided by n. So it is nothing but the square root of summation of v square by the n value. So please note down, v is the difference between the single observation and mean of the series. N indicates the number of observations in the series. E1 is the probable error for the single measurements. ESM indicates the probable error of the sum of the observations. Then fifth one, average error. Average error is nothing but it is the arithmetic mean of the separate errors of the equal weight. Sixth one is the standard deviations. It is nothing but it denotes the sigma. It is known as the root mean square error of the measurements, which indicates the amount of the variations about the central value. Sigma is equal to square root of summation of the v square by this n minus 1. Then probable error. Several standards exist for assessing the precision of a set of observations. Set of observations can be worked out in terms of the normal equations. Most popular is the standard deviation. Always you apply the standard deviation, find out the deviation. Even though in hydrology and the water resource engineering, where we want to find out the number of the rain gauge stations, at that time we have to utilize the variations as well as this deviation parameter. So it is a numerical value which indicates the amount of variations about the central value, and the standard deviation establishes the limits of the error bounds within which the 68.3% of the value of the set should be lies, and the smaller the value of the standard deviations, greater will be the precision values. Now note down the examples. Please take down this example so that you can understand this. In carrying a line of level across a river, following 8 observations were taken with the level under the identical conditions. So these are the observations. 2.32, please note down 2.346, 2.342. So the number of observations, so calculate the probable error of the single observation. You can understand with these examples. Then second, probable error of the mean you have to find out. Next, third part is you find out the MP value of all these stop readings. All these are the stop readings. And fourth one is that you have to find out the standard deviations. So with this stop reading observation, you have to find out the first one is probable error of the single observation, then probable error of the mean, then most probable value of the stop reading, and fourth one is the standard deviation. So let us see. So solution, stop reading, you have taken it. Mean value, you have to find out this mean values, and the 2 minus 3, that means this our stop reading minus the mean value, you will be getting this is the v value, that means this single observations error. Find out the summation of the v square. So v square will be getting here these values, and v square is nothing but point not 1, like that you have to prepare this table. I think you understand this. Summation of all the observations you have taken it. There are the 8 observations. According to these observations, you are knowing, you find out the mean values divided by the 8, then we'll get this is the mean value and find out this v value. Then let us see the first one, probable error of the single observations. By using this equation, as you know, plus or minus 0.6745 times of the square root of summation v square divided by n minus 1. Then find out the probable error. Please note down this, all these values. So all of you note down these calculations. And EM, probable error of the mean value, can be worked out by using this symbol EM, and simply it is equal to this ES by root of the n. Most probable values is nothing but mean plus or minus EM values, that is the probable error of the mean, and finally you will be getting the most probable value is 2.325. Also can find out 2.316, that is the MP value. If you have taken the plus value, then it is 2.325. If you have taken minus, then it is now the 2.316. Then what about the standard deviation? So the summation of the v square by the n minus 1, that is the part of variance, and you need to calculate this value. So all of you note down all these answers and the calculation part. I think you understand this. Let us see the next part. So determination of the probable errors. There are the 5 cases: case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, and the case 5. How to find out the probable errors? Case 1, with the help of direct observation of equal weight. Case 2 is the direct observation of the unequal weight. Please remember, in first case, direct observation with equal weight. In the second case, direct observation with the unequal weight. Case 3 is the indirect observation of independent quantity. And case 4 is the indirect observations involving the conditional equation. And case 5 is nothing but it is related for the computed quantities, that is the part of the computations. Now under the case 1, you have to look out, that is direct observation of the equal weight. There are the 3 sub cases. First one is, that is the case A, probable error of the single observation of unit weight. Then probable error of the single observations of the weight assigned as W, and the C part, probable error of the single arithmetic. So under the case 1, these 3 categories, 3 sub cases. Let us see the second case, direct observation of unequal weight. Here is the equal weight, assign the equal weight for all the quantities. Here it is unequal weight. So probable, first part is the probable error of the single observation of unit weight. Second sub case, probable error of the single observation of weight W. And third part is there, probable error of the weighted arithmetic mean. Then what about the case 3? Case 3 is related for the indirect observations of independent quantity.
तुम्ही म्यूट झाले.
सर तुम्ही म्यूटवर आहात.
सर तुमचा आवाज येत नाहीये.
अरे कधीपासून बंद झालाय आवाज?